Hey everyone, how's it going? So, I got Emperor for the first time last weekend, and after however many years it's been, it's something I'd always wanted to do, so I made this character specifically to go for it. Now I know a couple people have asked kind of tips, so I'm just gonna kind of talk about the sort of things that I did to help my chances. Now obviously this is PvP, so you're kind of at the whim of other players. If another player wants to hold Emperor and keep it for the entire campaign, you've either got to beat them or you've just got to wait it out, right? You may go into the campaign, there's no one challenging you, easy peasy, you get it in a couple hours. You may be fighting non-stop. Like with me, there was about 10 people on my faction all going for Emperorship. So first thing to look at is the campaign you want to go into. So you've got a couple choices. This campaign, Greyhouse, is always full, so you're never going to get Emperor right there. So you're below 50. There's not going to be too many players. You know CP, at least on PlayStation, is pretty light on players as well. Blackreach, it doesn't have anyone in there right now, but I think it does get more people. It doesn't get full, but it gets more people. So generally a less populated campaign is going to be easier. So below 50 or no CP, depending on if you have a low character or not. Like I say, I made this character specifically for it. It's level 33 right now. When I went in, I was 26. So my gear, see, it's all level 26. So it's technically 7 levels out of date. So as the campaign dragged on, I was getting weaker and weaker. So something to bear in mind. The lower level you go in, the higher your stats are going to scale, but the longer you play and the more you level up, and the more outdated your gear gets, the weaker you're going to get. So I'm not amazing at PvP, so I made a Nightblade, because in below 50 you're going to get a mixture of inexperienced players and players who are going in there with actual tuned characters with all the skills, all the sets and stuff. But for an unexperienced player, stealth is very powerful, invisibility, because they don't know how to counter it. So that was my main thinking. So main things you want to do, obviously you want to get your skills as leveled as you can for whatever level you choose. So you see my skills, some of them are maxed, some of them are sort of rank 3, but they're all morphed at least. Except this one is like unlocked kind of halfway through the campaign. But you want to at least get the skills you're going to use and get some morphs if you can. So in terms of the playtime that I invested into this character, 1 day, 9 hours, 38 minutes. So I wasn't like power level in this character. And I also did the Psijic line up to like 5, I believe, yeah, 5 for Race Against Time. So that took a decent amount of time, and actually going for Emperor took, I think, 16.5 hours. So I spent, I guess, 8 hours leveling this character, and probably 2 or 3 of that was Psijic. But a big thing is going to be your horse speed. So what I think, I trained mine for 2 weeks. I think when I went in I was 15%. So the quicker you are, the easier it's going to be to get to fights and get more points. Obviously you're going to be competing against other players, so any advantage you can get is going to be a bonus. So now, setting up before the campaign starts, I'm going to travel in and kind of show you. So obviously you want your character set up, you're going to want your armor. If you choose a specific level, So for me, you get the Argonian passives at level 25, so 26 was what I aimed for, because when you make gear, it's at intervals of 2. So I set my character up for level 26. And preparations before you start. Obviously you're going to need your gear, like I said. You're going to need potions, you're going to need some food, and you're going to need siege. So oils, good for defense. Door and wall repair. These are going to let you get AP when there's no fights going on, kind of in the downtime. Battering ram for quick breaking into keeps, and then ballistas. I think I used my last one when I was in there. And then forward camps are always nice to have. The trebuchets and the all these, they don't really get used too much unless you're breaking down walls. But ideally, a lot of what happens in the below 50 is you just break down the front door. So before the campaign begins, you can look at your campaign, see when the time is. So 3 days from now. So this campaign for me is 1 AM on Friday morning. So as soon as the campaign starts is when you want to start getting points, because everyone's at an even playing field. If you can break away from the pack early, a lot of people are going to give up. And if you can stay ahead, as soon as that inner ring flips to your color, you've got your emperorship. So before the campaign starts, you want to pick up all these quests: scouting, bounty. This one doesn't matter. You don't get AP for this one, but get your battle mission, your war front, and also the Elder Scroll over there. And you want to play enough PvP to complete all of them, but don't turn them in. So you'd have all these quests picked up. You play long enough to have them complete. So you play long enough to capture Fort Oswell, kill 20 players, scout the Fort Glademist, and capture Ash Level and the Elder Scroll from this guy. So that way, as soon as the campaign starts, you load in, you turn all these quests in. It's going to give you like a 10,000 AP boost. Anyone who hasn't done that, you're now 10,000 points ahead, and they've got a lot of work to catch up. Second thing is the delve buff. So in a bunch of places in Cyrodiil there are delves. If you hit triangle and then go across to filters and hit objectives, it's going to show the delves. See there's one right here. Scattered all over the map, depending on which faction you play as. But what you want to do is you want to go into a delve and kill one of the delve bosses. They'll give you a 20% AP boost for an hour, and you want that to be the final thing you do. So you get all these quests ready to turn in, you go to the delve, you kill the delve boss, and then you log out. And you don't touch that character until it is 1 AM on Friday, or whenever the campaign resets. You log back in, you have an hour on your buff, you turn all these quests in, and then you start pushing and actively gaining points. Obviously, if you are like fully pushed back and there's nothing going on, you may just have to repair walls, repair doors. If you're able to capture resources on your own, that is a good way to get points, especially if other players in the campaign are not doing that. But like I say, it's going to be a little down to luck and a little bit down to the other players. So for me, like I say, it took 16.5 hours, and main reason for that was because blue took the ring and they just held it for, let's say, like 8 hours. Like reds gave up, it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. Blues were just killing us over and over again. All the reds went off apart from me and one other guy, the guy in second place. So we just had to stick it out because he kept pushing for points. So both of us just ran around the map, fixing walls, fixing doors, taking resources, and just fight out for the entire night and the entire next day. Now, if you are in that situation, you want to make a decision early. Either give up early and try again next week, you know, recomplete your quests, go back to the delve, get your buff, and then wait till next week. Or if you want to push it and you want to stick it out, make sure you stay with it. So like I say, there was me and one other person fighting out. The other guy, his character just disappeared, stopped moving and disappeared at like 15 hours. I assume he fell asleep, but he missed out. You know, I got the Emperorship like an hour later, and obviously I did drop out to give him, you know, the opportunities when it flips back, but at least for that day he'd missed out. So either you need to make a decision. Either you're gonna just try once a week. You know, if you delay, your horse is going to get faster. Eventually you're going to have a week where there's little competition and you've got better chances. But if you make that decision to push, you want to stick with it, because the worst thing you can do is spend like 12, 15 hours straight and then not get it, because that's just kind of demoralizing. But I think that's about it. So your main things: get your character sorted, get your siege, get your potions, get your food, get your character all set up, pick up all these quests and complete them. Get them ready for turn in, but don't actually turn them in. Go to your delve, get your buff, log out, and then as soon as the campaign resets, you've got to go in and just try your best. There's no kind of helping for the luck or the other players. You can try and bring other people in to help you out, but at the end of the day, you've got to be the best one in your faction, and your faction has also got to be more powerful than the other two at the same point that you're number one. So I guess that's all I can kind of offer. Like I say, I don't really know that much about PvP, but this is just kind of what I learned from that experience. Say good luck, and see you in the next video.